figure enthusiasts, and welcome to Scaled Affairs, the show where I take a closer look on anime figures of all sorts. So sit back and relax while I'll tell you what's maybe worth adding to your collection. Today's figure is Dustiness Ford Lalatina, or Darkness for short, released as a pop-up parade by Max Factory. I still like the clear plastic boxes that all pop-ups came with. It's definitely one of the nicer packages you can get on a budget figure, and since it's from a brand that also cares about coherency, they all have the same dimensions and style. Plus you can learn how to write your favorite character's name in Japanese. Inside you will find Darkness embedded in a plastic blister that unfortunately also has one of those fake face windows. The figure itself is also packed in a large plastic pouch for additional protection. Her positive packs provide a solid stand and go right into the color matching base. For a budget figure this is an absolutely sufficient way of mounting, but be aware that due to a more dynamic pose there will be a translucent part between the base and her feet that is glued to the figure itself. When I saw the promotional pictures for her online, I thought that the whole concept was consistent and looked really good. However, now that she is in front of me on my turntable, I'm a bit less convinced. But before I go into more details, here are some of this figure's key specs. Marketed as the premium price figure or the scale figure for the little guy, collectors first were in a very positive mood when it came to this new line of budget figures. But now, 2 years or almost 300 releases later, if I look at this Darkness, I can't shake the feeling that Good Smile is selling us relatively normal price toys for a rather hefty markup. Because when compared to other brands like Taito or Banpresto, where I live, they retail for almost a 30% surcharge. This would be fair and game if we just get a smaller model with less details that has the quality that we all know and love, but as you can clearly see, the paint job on this figure is just very basic. There are several glossy spots on those black parts on her outfit, especially on her upper body, and my copy also came with 2 relatively large paint defects, one on those belt buckles and a more noticeable one on her hair strain. From further away it looks like a small bump in the mold, but through the magic of macro lenses you can clearly see that it's a dot of red paint, presumably from the red cross next to it, and they just painted over it with some yellow. I know that receiving a flawless price figure has the same probability like winning the lottery, and some of you might be more lucky than me, but still, even without major defects, this one here lacks some sort of final touch. I would say the most interesting and lovely crafted part of her are the metal coated knight armor boots, and also the yellow, black and white color combination together with the matching base provides a strong contrast, and I like that. Regarding Darkness's overall appearance, it's nice that they made her more dynamic and gave an emotional expression on a relatively small facial area, but I can't get over the fact how pointy her boobs look in this pose. I know she's a character with large breasts, but in this pose, together with the lack of structure or shadows around in this area, makes it look kinda weird. In my last video I said that the manufacturer of this figure was Good Smile, but when researching this figure I found out that apparently it was Max Factory, the company also responsible for all the Figmas, and yeah, I can totally see that, especially her whole head and the arms look very Figma-like. I then searched for other pop-ups done by Max Factory and found out that apparently all the Konosuba characters in this line are done by them. Must be some kind of legal thing. So in conclusion, this release of Darkness left me a bit disappointed. She has a nice pose and an overall good color scheme, but also lacks any interesting details, and the paint job is just what you would expect from a prize toy. This is only my second pop-up parade figure, and I know this is not nearly enough to judge the entire line, but if this is not just a bad example but rather the norm, I can totally understand why people start to say that there are cheaper options that provide the same quality. But at least the whole lineup is well designed with matching bases and boxes. Next time another Nendo figure, don't know which one yet, but most likely either Jinx or Nadia. So be sure you don't miss the next episode of Scaled Affairs when I once again take a closer look on anime figures of all sorts. Hopefully I can see you again in the future. Until then, take care and keep collecting.